Hello, everybody. Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to this episode 2 of the inductee interviews for the International Volleyball Hall of Fame channel. My name is Alejandro Castillo. I'm from Mexico City. I'm streaming live here today on Wednesday, December 3rd. Here is 10 a.m. In Europe, in Germany, is 5 p.m. Welcome to this show. I have the honor to share this with Alfredo Cabero from Chile, also co-chair. We are co-chairs of the International Media Advisory Council. How are you, Alfredo?
I'm fine, thanks. I'm always honored to be with you, Alex, doing the things, and also very, very glad and happy to be with Jürgen today in this happily volleyball talks.
And well, here today in the episode 2 of the inductee interviews, we have the honor to talk with Mr. Jürgen Wagner from Dortmund in Germany. He is a very successful international beach volleyball coach and two-time Olympic champion, first with the men and then with the women from Germany. They were the first European team to be Olympic champions. He was a world champion, European champion. It's an honor to have here Jürgen Wagner from Germany. Jürgen, how are you? Very, very glad you are here.
Thank you, and I'm fine today, and thank you for inviting to your podcast.
No, it's an honor for us. We have the advantage that Alfredo speaks Spanish, speaks English, and speaks German. So if we have a little doubt or we go a little slow in the interview, we can go to German just to translate. Thanks again for being here, Jürgen. We met like 1 month and a half there in Holyoke for the class of 2025 of the International Volleyball Hall of Fame inductees in the category of coach. How did take this news to you to know that you are now a member of the International Volleyball Hall of Fame?
I was very surprised, and I feel a big honor because I didn't know that also beach volleyball coaches will have a place in the Hall of Fame. And when Bishop and Joop Alberta, George Murray called me, I was astonished and really nice feeling to get this place.
Did you imagine when you start coaching volleyball that one day you will be an inductee in the International Volleyball Hall of Fame?
For sure not. It was, I say most that in my life, I nothing else do like people and sports. And when I was young, as a volleyball player, I really early feel that I want to work as a coach. And I switched sides when I was 25, and I was around about 20 years working as an indoor coach on different levels and traveling with the national teams around the world. But my most important point is every time to work with the players, with people, and to develop players, and not what it's really nice to get this honor, but my motivation up to today is every time to develop players and work with people.
Wait, tell us a little more, Jürgen, about your beginnings in volleyball. Did you play? I can assume you started playing indoor. How was this switch for beach volleyball? Beach volleyball right now in Europe is huge, but I think it wasn't so huge 30 or 40 years ago.
It's a little funny because when I was indoor player or indoor coach, I don't think that beach volleyball can be important, or what is that sport? I never saw it, and for me, it was clear I will go this indoor way, and I was not a really good player. I played first division, but not national team. But I practice every day, and I love this sport. And during my studying, I was clear to go as a coach, and I started when I was 25 with the second division. And when the switch was in end of 99 and beginning 2000, I have zero knowledge about beach volleyball, but two players, women players, the name was Maike Friedrichsen and Danja Misch. They contacted me because we have together the women's juniors indoor national team. I was co-chair, and we have a good time together. And with Maike also, I was German champion with a team from Stuttgart. And then both go to beach volleyball, and I lost them a little. And then they call me and say, hey, we have a problem. We are short before qualifying for Sydney Olympics. And we have a problem with our former coach. And now we have no coach. And please, can you help us to find the right way to Sydney and coach us? And I told them that I have no idea about beach volleyball, nothing. Maybe I had seen 2 matches before on a lower level near my hometown, but they say that is not the problem. We know everything about beach volleyball, but we need a coach. We must have a good athletic preparing. We need a mental coaching, and how we can work as a team. And I said, okay, we're good friends. It's every time need to help. And so I come to beach volleyball, and we qualified for Sydney the first time.
Great. Alfredo.
Yes. Jürgen, for me, it always had been very special to know about German volleyball. Obviously, I lived as a child in Germany. I'm very fond and have great memories of Germany, also with the volleyball in Germany. But I always have been very surprised that beach volleyball is so good in Germany, because when you think broadly about volleyball, beach volleyball, you think in Brazil, you think of United States, Hawaii, I don't know, places where supposedly the best volleyball in the beach are. But Germany, we think of Germany, we think of snow, we think of the snow sport, the winter sport, but not of beach volleyball. So I wanted to ask you, how is it possible that in Germany, beach volleyball is today so big, and so many great players, female and male players, have won so much for your country?
I don't know everything about this, but for the first time, in the first years, it was like it's in most things which are growing new. You need some guys who are crazy enough to have ideas to develop it, and if nobody did something, nothing will work or will come. And there were some crazy guys. We have the mountains in the south, but in the north we have a coast in the north, and it's starting from holiday activities. And for Europe, there were the US and Brazil. It was unbelievable far away from this, but then the players go their own way. It's all almost started on private activities, and they ask her parents to give them money to travel or to rent courts or to have a traveling course for coaches or something. And the federation was totally out in the first years. And after or when in the 2000 Olympics in Sydney, Jörg Amann and Axel Hager win a bronze medal, and everybody in the federation were totally astonished because everybody was only thinking in indoor. And yeah, if as a country you earn a medal, then people start looking on that, and it was a long way. I think you both know that federation work not so quick.
Yes.
And but it comes more and more together, and actually the German Federation is totally involved and is also supporting a lot the beach volleyball players. And we have some centers from the Federation. It's very good, but in the beginning there were only private activities of the players.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I remember, for example, some great players, indoor players from the 80s, like Burkhard Sude or Frank Magerot. They played indoor and they went to play, for example, beach volleyball. But what this evolution of new generations of players to make volleyball in Germany beach volleyball so great today?
I think especially Frank Magerot started to develop beach volleyball as much as possible. He was founder of a German beach tour. He tried to find sponsors, and the idea how beach volleyball can be presented. And there's then some players who love the sport worked a lot, and like the Diekmann brothers were two. One was also a player of mine, and Markus Diekmann, I worked for him. He took me from the women's to the men's side till 2007 when he retired, and now he's president of the German Volleyball Federation, actually. And this smart guys tried and developed, and then young player saw this and try to play, and they have fun, and so more and more players come and to beach volleyball, and then the federation, or in Germany we have region federations. They start building up training centers, and also Jörg Amann was an important guy in the youth areas. He was the national coach for a long time, and he developed a lot of young players, and so it grows now around about 25 years.
Jürgen, how was as I think Alfredo mentioned it, but how hard was not just the beginning of beach volleyball in Germany, but breaking with that paradigm about beach volleyball was born in California, and it was then was developed, or it was popularized in the First World War and Second World War in the Philippines, in the Pacific. I mean, it's associated with beaches, and in Germany you have no beaches like we have here in Mexico or in Brazil. How I want to understand how hard was for you in Germany, not just you, but all the beach volleyball environment in Germany and Europe, to break those barriers and be so successful.
There are two things. One is that beach is for everybody who goes to holiday is a good feeling, and many people in their free time played at the beaches, and in a lot of German clubs has a possibility to build courts on the sport fields near close to soccer or something, to build up a beach volleyball court. And a few clubs understood early that it is an unbelievable possibility to play in winter indoor and in summer beach volleyball. And so you have the family of the club together. You can meet, you can barbecue in summer and drink a beer, and in winter indoor you can, after practice, you can drink a beer together. So I think from the social idea to bring people together, the clubs did a lot, and so more and more beach courts are coming in Germany, and that was the thing that beach volleyball grows and grows. And on the other side, we saw how far we are away in the beginning from US players and Brazil. And for me, it was the first years, I think with the men's, I lost every match against Brazil. I can't sleep about. And I think I don't know how often I play against Emmanuel, but for sure more than 20 times. And the first 7 times we have no chance, really no chance. And for me, it was that 2 things. One is I have to understand how Brazil and US works, how they play, what thinking, what culture, what mentality is behind that. And the other thing is we have German people, and German people are different culture, different education, different school systems. And what can we do with our tools to reach that level of these countries? And actually, I think that it's every beach coach is called it Brazilian practice, a lot of repetition. The ball is flying every time, 3-4 coaches on the court and everything. And I think it's for German players, it does not fit to everyone. And my main point in the first years was to understand how other coaches and other countries are working. And then I have 2 important things. One is the benchmarks, what you need in beach volleyball to be on the highest level in every part, in every technical things. And the other, what players I have in Germany. And then with my tools as a coach, or I'm a little more coming from science, from universities, from thinking over science, from biomechanical things, physiology, anatomy, and also psychology. And I try to find a different philosophy which can fit for German players. And I think it's different from the US and from Brazil. I don't want to think it's better, but it's different in that case that we have different culture and different persons, and also different coordination, for example.
So you could say that with this work you start the German or the European beach volleyball school, a different way of play, not so American, not so Brazilian.
No, I think we have a clearer structure in our play, more technical features, and one main point is, for example, coordination of Brazil players. They go from their genetics, they have a better coordination, better ball touch, and they are playing as the kids every time on the street in the sand at the beaches. And Germans not, but I think that the German players are very good in using their brain to analyzing things, and so we have to optimize our movements, for example. And we try to work more in this thing that, for example, Brazilian teams has mostly the same rhythm. And if you let them in their rhythm, you have no chance. So you must find different rhythms in your game that they struggle with their rhythm. And if I understand it, I need a few years for this. But when I understand this, we have a chance to beat them. And also we were very strong in to optimize our techniques in a clear way. I know in beach volleyball, if you have a perfect technique, for example, in hitting, it will not often be in the game, but there are always variants because you have wind and you have to jump. The set is not good and everything. But if you have a perfect technique, you have a better quality in your variations. And that were some main points, and the other one of my most important point was I call it doing orientation, absolute focusing on your doing. That means when, for example, we talk about Laura, when Laura is in the Olympic final and had to do the service for the match point in the gold medal match, and if she is able only to focus on what she is doing and not to think it's a match point or there are 8 or 10,000 Brazilian spectators, then you can do a good service. And that is also one point which was important in working.
Amazing. Alfredo?
Sigo?
Sí.
I wanted to ask you now, Jürgen, about we're talking about this about German beach volleyball or volleyball culture, because as I told you outside camera, my father was a volleyball player, volleyball coach, and he told me about what you're saying about the mentality, the brain, the intelligence of sport in general in Germany. I For example, I today we can watch many games in YouTube, and one thing that for example I find I think it's very interesting, and when a team is playing, the crowd, the publicum says in the count 1, 2, 3, the ball touches of one team, so we can see this little difference in front of other countries. But I wanted to ask you, and beside this reflection about how is beach volleyball in Germany today, because for example in Brazil, you know, soccer, football is like a religion for them. In Argentina the same. In the United States you have basketball, you have ice hockey, you have American football. How is Germany today in kind of sport, in kind of crowd, in kind of media presence in beach volleyball especially?
It's very difficult because German is from tradition is soccer, and position 1 is soccer, position 2 till 10 is soccer, and well, we have.
Welcome to the club, Jürgen.
It's unbelievable now here in my town in Dortmund. It's Borussia Dortmund. They have.
Oh.
They switch the light off and 80,000 people are in the stadium and nobody else is there, but you only switch the light on and 80,000 people are coming. And I read about the budget from last year. They have a meeting last week with the medias, and they have 560 millions turnover a year, and it's totally far away. And other kinds of sports have a problem. It's indoor. And in Germany, it's traditional of handball is also great. For example, we have, I think, near 10 million people are playing soccer, and 800,000 are playing handball. 450,000 or 430,000 are playing volleyball, beach volleyball, and 250,000 are playing basketball. That is a relationship to the sports. And in beach volleyball, we have a German beach tour. It was in the past, I think, 20 years around. The organizer and the brain of everything was Frank Mackerroth, and then it broke a little down in the Corona times. And during the Corona times, also a former World Tour player, Alexander Waltenhorst, built up a new beach tour. And we have now 8 tournaments in 4 main cities during the summer. And then we have one German championship. That is the highest level. And under this, Germany has 16 regions like Bavaria or North Rhine-Westphalia or Berlin, and from the 2nd to the 4th level, these region federations make a lot of tournaments and also for youth tournaments. And so that is the relation. It's not much money in beach volleyball in Germany. But we are very lucky that the German military is supporting also beach volleyball now, and the top players, I think round about 20 players will be supported by the military, so they can practice every day 2 times, and they have a basic salary to organize their life.
Great. And according to that, Jürgen, I know that sports in general are different. We are here in Mexico and especially in the United States. There are in Germany, there are more oriented to clubs, and here in Mexico and in USA, for example, they are more oriented to colleges, to universities. How different is that in Germany, and how do you deal with that situation?
In the time till 2000, 2010, all young players coming from schools. I think nearly, let me say 90% around, were teachers who like volleyball, and they built small groups after normal schoolwork playing volleyball. And in the schools, we have only 1 or 2 times a week. We have 2 hours where the children can do sports, and they sport education about all kinds of sports. So their volleyball is only a really small sport, and beach volleyball was not in schools. And the college system is totally different, because you here are absolutely specialized on their thing, and sports is an own facultate, facultate, I don't know the English word, but all other university parts, and that are maybe 90%, have no contact to sports. So people want to play volleyball or beach volleyball in their free time, and traditionally it's also coming from soccer, I think, building these clubs. And there we have a lot of clubs where maybe 10 to 15 kinds of sports are available. We have clubs with a few clubs with more than 20,000 participations or members, which are doing in 20 different kinds of sports. And that's doing is from people who love the sport, and nobody earn money for them. On highest level, coaches earn a little money, but other is doing that for honor and fun and educating young people.
Jürgen, and these clubs are associated to football clubs like, I don't know, Borussia Dortmund or Bayern Munich or Leverkusen, or not exactly?
No. Some of these soccer clubs has some other kinds of sports, but in the meantime, I think, for example, Bayern München, Borussia Dortmund, the most famous German clubs, have no kind of beach volleyball or indoor volleyball. Especially in Dortmund, I know there are a lot of volleyball clubs which have no contact to the soccer clubs.
All right, got it. Alfredo?
Yeah, it's a special thing. My team was the SFC Köln because I lived near Cologne, Köln. I don't think they have volleyball too. Our enemy was Schalke 04, our enemies. Another soccer team. Jürgen, I want to ask you about one thing. It's a little thing, because when my father was there, he bought the volleyball magazine, the DVZ, Deutsche Volleyballzeitschrift. And we became this magazine in Chile many years. Today, do you have some media that for example, covers volleyball? Like in the United States, there were formerly a Volleyball Monthly, or in Brazil, there was this legendary magazine called Sake. from William and Montanaro. Did today you have some magazines, some newspapers, some program in the media that covers beach volleyball or volleyball in general?
Yeah, it's funny because you spoke about DVZ, Deutsche Volleyball-Zeitschrift. It changed a few times the name, but it's the same guys are behind. Actually, it's now the name is Volleyball Magazine.
Okay.
But but as you know, the paper printed products are going out of this world.
Sadly.
Yeah, and they reduced, I think, to 30 or 50% till, or as we have it at 1990 or 2000. But they changed a little, or as most magazines, they change their kind of working. In the past, they have all results, and of course, nobody can find results. And now they are specialized because you have the results all in the internet. It's it's very easy to find the results and news about the games. They are make a lot of personal stories, and they are writing a lot about the big events now, like the beach volleyball world championships in Adelaide. Before the German teams go there, they write about every German team, and they are also, that is the most popular thing of this volleyball magazine, is they have inside maybe 16 pages about volleyball training, and there are good coaches who describe techniques, ideas. They build up drills, how you can learn this. And many people like to read this, but out of this, we have the German Federation started a new format on YouTube. It's called Deep Dive, where Julius Brink is a moderator and interviewing a lot of important players or people. But the other things are like most in the world. Insta, I think, is the most popular in Germany for this. The elder people like also Facebook, but it goes really down, and there's TikTok and other things. Social media is a thing also the players work with, and they try to present their sponsors and find sponsors and everything.
Jürgen, talking about the we know the weather is so changing in Europe, in Germany right now. It's winter. I have heard that the clubs, the beach volleyball clubs, have indoor facilities. How big are they? I mean, I have heard 10, 20, 25 courts. Can you tell us something about that, about the beach volleyball environment, especially now in the winter?
Yeah, there are, I think now in the last 10 years, there are coming a lot of beach volleyball indoor courts, but only, I think, 2 in Germany have this 15, 20 courts. Most of them have 6, 4, or 2 courts. And that is out of every federation or system that are private investments, that are business projects where you can rent a court. But they are working good. They are really working good. Then we have a few environments in the main cities where the federation is placed with beach volleyball, like Stuttgart, Berlin, and Hamburg. Hamburg is where all adult national, or most of the adult national teams are working. And in Hamburg, there are indoor, let me think, 8 courts, and during the day, 3 courts are every time available for the national teams. And in many towns, private investors are building up beach volleyball courts, but not so much. Now, actually, in Germany, many former rich soccer players are investing in paddle. Tennis is going down, and there is indoor paddle courts are coming every day out from nothing.
And Jürgen, talking about beach volleyball venues, beach volleyball stadiums or courts, in which place around the world did you enjoy the most the experience of playing beach volleyball when you attended the World Championships or Beach Pro Tour? I am talking about the organization, about the crowd, about the sand. In which place do you think did you and the players felt the best?
Oh, that's a really difficult question because every country and every place has special feelings. For example, all German teams who played in the country I really like, Kapstadt or South Africa, or I'm also social involved there in the townships, and all players which were playing now in October, end of October in Cape Town, in Camps Bay, they say this is the nicest place in the world for beach volleyball. And it's really nice, and the people are very open, there's a good vibe, good energy. And then you go to Gstaad, it's very famous in Switzerland.
In the Alps, yeah.
That is crazy in the middle of the mountains. They have perfect organization. From Friday to Sunday, every place is full. A few thousand of people are traveling in the mountains to look to beach volleyball, and totally different. The mountains in the back, you see the cows close to your court, and it's also crazy. And for sure, especially for me, is Rio. I really like Rio, and we have the Olympic win there, and this Olympic stadium at Copacabana was great. And also I was there, I think 2003, there was a World Champs at Copacabana. It's really great, and also in other different places in Brazil, the crowd like going to beach volleyball, and they are cheering and they make party with beach volleyball, but with the sport, not making their own party, they make party with the sport. And so also when I think in Hamburg, we have the tournament, elite tournament in the Rotenbaum Stadium, there are a few thousand people, and the people in Hamburg are not coming for the events, they are coming to look sport. And so the players have the feeling that the crowd gives them support and a good energy, and that are really fans, not people who were coming to the event. And in the past, also in Austria, the legendary Klagenfurt, it was 20 years long, a great tournament. It built up a little, the spectators are sitting in the Wörthersee tribunes, and also they put it then to Donauinsel in Vienna. Also, the Austrian guys are crazy for volleyball.
Yeah, I remember the World Championship with the stadium in an island in the middle of the Danube River.
The Donau. It was really great, and they built up the city around, and many possibilities for childs to learn and to play volleyball. Yeah, total different everything, but I think that's the places I like most.
Great. Alfredo.
I wanted to ask you about, we spoke about this at the beginning. Alex asked you about your experience in the Hall of Fame, but I wanted to ask about your personal feelings to be part of the inductees of the Volleyball Hall of Fame, to be part of the thousands of members and great volleyball players, coaches of our history in volleyball. But also, how was it for you to be receive like an Oscar in volleyball, especially that in the United States they have a lot of Hall of Fames of rock, of cars, of trains. I don't know, and maybe it's not, or more known concept every day, every year outside the United States. But how was it for you personally? How was it for your family? You told them, okay, I'm going to United States, I'm going to receive a prize, I'm going to make a speech in front of the best of volleyball in the world. How was it for you? As Alex told you, asked you before, as a German coach, player representing your country. How was it for you personally, this experience this year?
For sure, if you go there and you are the first coach, you are proud for your country, for sure. That is one point. The second point was that I think it was a little like a family. I was astonished because there are a lot of coaches I met in the past, a long time ago. And for example, one of the most famous coaches, Doug Beals, he was there and I really enjoyed to meet him. And in 1993, he was coach in Italy.
Yeah.
And I was in Germany, and we have a European semi-final against each other. And Kachkirai was player in Milano at that time. And so we met sometimes in only a short spots during Olympics sometimes, and we have not really time to find to find enough time to speak. But now it was really like a family. The same with Joop Alberda from the Netherlands. I met him a lot time. He was youth coach, national coach, but it was a good feeling like a family and proud for representing our sport. And as I told at the end of my short speak, I think it's to us, everybody of us has to bring our wonderful sports and the possibilities of indoor and beach volleyball to all people in the world.
Jürgen, and talking about the induction ceremony of this year, did the Deutsche Volleyball Verband contact you? What's their opinion about this? They made a follow up or something like that?
The German Federation, yeah. You know, the president, as I told before, was a player of mine and also a business partner, and he sent me congrats. And they also make a longer Instagram post for Laura and me, and also I think on the other media things. They write a little bit. The Volleyball magazine make 2 short stories, but I have no special invitation from our federation. If you want to ask us,
welcome to the club. All right, great. We are in the final minutes, Jürgen. We wanna thank you again for this amazing talk with you. I wanna ask you about the let's go back to 2010. All right. How was the process with the men? Brink and Reckerman were champions in 2012 in London, in Europe. 4 years later in Rio, Laura and Kira. How was the process? I mean, it was like some kind of decision. Let's go first with the men, then the women, or it was just part of the process. Tell us a little about that, please.
Okay, it was totally different. With Jonas Reckerman, the story is that he was a really young indoor player, and when Markus Diekmann asked me to be his coach, we were thinking it was in the end of 2000 after Sydney Olympics. Who can we ask? And we make decision to go the way with Jonas Reckerman, and then I worked 12 years with him. And in 2008, when Markus has retired, there was decision that Jonas will play with Julius Brink. And I was head coach of Jonas, and so we sit together and try to find the way and the process which can join us as a second coach or specialist or psychologist, and we built up a team, and we had the goal to first qualify to the Olympics. And with my teams, I every time make the agreement that we only focus that at the end we have to play the best volleyball we can play. If there are big other teams in the world, maybe we will be fifth or eighth, but maybe we will win a medal. And for this 4 years plan, we are totally clear. And with this 2 players and the staff around, we go this way and do everything we can do. And we have all clear positions and roles in the staff. Who is responsible for this development or this organization. And after Olympics in London, I stopped coaching. I need a rest, and it was totally clear that it was done. And also Jonas was thinking about retiring. And we have a really good relationship, and we say, okay, we can stop with this gold medal. We are really fine with our work, 12 years together. We are friends. Everything is okay. And then it was the initiative of Laura Ludwig. She was 5th in the London Olympics, and she was a player who a really, really great talent. But she only likes going to play and to have fun and going to play. And we are traveling a lot of years together. And then in London, when she saw the final, she was thinking that cannot be the 5th place, cannot be the end. I will go to a medal. And she was thinking about this. Her former coach until Beijing was Olaf Kortmann. He was her mentor, and they were discussing, and then they make decision to call me and ask me if I can imagine to work with the women's and to go 4 years with Laura and a new partner. And we are thinking, and we have the idea to ask Kira Walkenhorst. They came to my home, and I told them 4 hours. I filled their heads that there was fire coming out. What is the idea about the process going to Rio? And I sent them, I said to them, go home, think about it, and I will also think, and then we will talk about this if you think you are able to go such a strong way, and I will do the same. And 2 days later, Laura called me, and she said, I thought a lot about this, and you have 2 possibilities to answer or to tell me what is your answer. You can answer yes, or you can answer yes. And that was the beginning of the work with the team, that's the start of the team, Ludwig Walkenhorst.
Great. Alfredo?
I agree with all what we are saying. It's so special to know his Jürgen history in beach volleyball. I only wanted to thank for his time, for his motivation, for his words, because personally I'm very attached to Germany, especially in volleyball. And also I wanted to, I don't know today, Jürgen, but I remember when I was young that volleyball and especially beach volleyball was always a family event. For example, I remember going with my dad, with my brother, there was always many volleyball courts, volleyball nets, and also there were many food trucks with bratwurst on many rich things, and also there was a kinder beer, a beer for kids. So I remember all this mood that was surrounding volleyball, especially outdoor volleyball, that I think it was maybe a part of this evolution and why volleyball, beach volleyball is so great today in Germany. I wanted to make this reflection only and thank Jürgen and Alex again for this opportunity to speak about our beloved sport.
Yeah, well, I have a couple of more questions, Jürgen. In United States, people like John Kessel, I can assume you know him. It's a philosopher of volleyball. He was 30 years sport development director in USA Volleyball. He's convinced that beach volleyball is a very good way to start for the children. That's the way Misty May start. That's the way Karski Rai start playing 2x2 or 4x4. Do you agree with this, or how different do you make this in Germany?
I met Don Kessel first at the Hall of Fame, and we agreed to have a 15 minutes meeting on Sunday morning, and it were, I think, 2.5 hours at the end. And he sent me a few things, and we called each other when he was in Egypt a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And he told me a few things about his philosophy. I think with one point, for sure, he is 100% right, that kids, when they start playing beach volleyball, they need a lot of contact.
Yeah, he's convinced of that.
That is one thing is because they learn to have a better ball touch, a better ball control, to use their coordination, to learn techniques and everything, but also for the motivation. It's really important that they are, especially young kids, if they are every time involved. They want to play. And for me, the worst thing is when I go indoor and there is one coach who is throwing the balls and one player touch a ball and 10 are standing in a row and waiting. I hate this totally. And also with the players I'm working actually, or in the last 10 years, I like a lot to play one against one in different kinds and a lot of things, because you have to act every time to have you have so a lot of individual tactic to learn. For individual tactic, I think it's the best, and I go 100% with John to do this, and he sent me a short video from the pre-name from Tilly, the famous French player. And he told me, he was telling that actually all the national team players and some play 3 against 3 on the beach court, the indoor national team with indoor rules. I think that is a great idea, and I agree totally to play 1-on-1, 2-2, 4-4 in smaller groups, and then bringing that together after in the normal match.
Right. Do you know that John's son, Cody, played for a long time in Berlin recepting volleys?
Yes, I saw lots of games on the video, right? Yeah, great player, and we have a few clubs now. One famous or important club in Germany is Lüneburg. It's also the coach is one of the famous German indoor players, Stefan Hübner. He's doing a great job, and every year he takes some guys from the United colleges. And for the mentality and to have fun to play, it's really good to bring this philosophy, mentality to Germany. And Cody makes it, especially in Berlin. I know that Berlin is the club who has the most spectators. Every indoor match they have between 6,000 and 8,000 spectators, and they all loved him. They really loved Cody.
Yeah. Jürgen, if it were up to you, what would you change in the beach volleyball, in today's beach volleyball, if it were up to you? According rules, according venues, I don't know.
Oh, that's difficult question. I don't thought about this because it was not my job up to now.
No, but you have a lot of experience. You have traveled a lot. If we were up to you, we are talking in a hypothetical world. What
Yeah.
will you change?
I think if we want to make it's also in indoor, it's the same. When I talk to spectators, to journalists, and everybody told me in the past with your technical mistakes, with every year you change rules, with every the formats of the tournaments, the name of the tournaments. It was in beach over 3-star, 4-star, 1-star. Now it's elite and challenger. And every time you change a lot, and it's really difficult to understand this for people who are not directly in touch with your sports. And I think we have to find structures and ways. And I think beach volleyball especially is very close to tennis, and we can more use tennis facilities and also the system. I think if we have when I'm at the Olympics, then there are the German most important journalists are there, and they have a clear calendar. They go this time they go to Wimbledon, then they go to Melbourne, and then they go to Formula One racing there, and for Soccer World Championship. And I think it could develop the sport in the media a lot if we have, for example, 4 or 5 Grand Slam tournaments. It's the most important, like Rio or maybe Hamburg or something in the world. I don't know. For me, I think it must be at important places. But we have really 4 or 5 tournaments like Grand Slams every year at the same place and every year at the same dates. So we can go into the international sport calendar, and then we will have a lot of more TV and other things.
Thanks for your answer, Jürgen. One last question. You have traveled around the world. You have tried a lot of food. What's your favorite food? More than German.
Say not Mexican, please. Say no Mexican. No,
Mexican
no, no.
food, yeah.
Mexican, no. No, no, no. Please don't say it.
This year was my first time in March. I was in Mexico. It was the
This
first
year?
time, yeah, in Yucatan tournament.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There were a lot of nice Mexican
We
restaurants.
have very nice food in Yucatan, especially.
But I really like Asian food, like wok or something, and that is what I really enjoy.
Amazing. Alfredo, one last words for Jürgen, and thanks for being here in the show.
No, I wanted to invite Jürgen to come to Chile and try Chilean food, Chilean wine. We have one of the best wines in the world. Absolutely.
It's interesting now.
Absolutely. And also our beer is very good because we have a lot of German immigration in the end of the 20th century and not in the end of the 19th century in Chile. So we have very, very good beer also. So no, I wanted to invite Jürgen and thank him again for his time, for his motivation to speak. And also for us, it's a big honor to know him and send him our best wishes, and also for his future in volleyball or beach volleyball or whatever he will gonna do.
Jürgen, did you know that Melissa Humana has a Chilean ancestry because of her Umaña?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Did you know that Melissa Humana has a Chilean ancestry because of her father, Hernán Humana?
No, I didn't know.
Yeah, the father of Melissa is Chilean.
I didn't know. I know that she's playing for Canada, and I met her sometimes in a training camp at Hermosa Beach in California, but I didn't know.
Oh, for us in Chile, she is Chilean. She's not Canadian, so absolutely for us, it's a pride to have her playing outside Chile.
Yeah, his father, Hernan Umaña, he lives in Canada, of course. He works in the University of York, but he's a coach. He's a volleyball coach.
Oh, I
Also,
didn't know. But she's a really great player.
I know,
Really.
I know. Right. Well, Jürgen, thanks a lot. Thank you
You-
guys for being here in the show, for all the audience around the world. This video will be soon available on the International Volleyball Hall of Fame YouTube channel. But Jürgen, thanks again. It's a pleasure and honor to be in touch with you. Please take care.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Tschüss, Jürgen. Eine Freude zu kennengelernt haben.
See ya. Bye.